Um, this is just a short file. Um, I noticed just a couple of minutes ago at the 141 mark into a video that I did yesterday about monadic alignment, restoring manifestation power. And so as I went back to look at that, because another divine born spirit made a comment to me about distorted sound waves. And so when I went to see the video, I see what it did. Okay, as I mentioned many times in a lot of the videos, I don't know if you're able to see it based on the shutter speed, the frame rate speed of your own holographic eyeballs, mapping mathematical programs. Okay, but I can see that. I can see what it does. And you can see the distortions in the mirror, which means it's not mathematically congruent with an eternal sun. The pure manifestation power of the eternal sun, the eternal one, the one I serve, I'm Manawaya. So with that mark, it shut off the subtitles. Because sometimes what I'll do is I'll look to see the language codes, the electrical codes of what it writes as text, spinning from left to right, right to left, left to right, right to left. And I've acknowledged many times that it lies. Okay, which means that the text in the English language is not matched up to the sound, nor is the text the truth of what I communicated. So the communication platforms that we are using, cell phone, desktop, is a pathogenic liar. So how can you trust what you see? Like for those people that can't hear, and now they're having to trust what the system itself is presenting in their mirror, what they see in that mirror, the other mirror. And if it believes what it says, then it's going to record in their own cells. The recording speed of recording a lie into their own cellular record. Because it's universe killer, mathematical, spiritual torture chamber programs running false light. That's why we're here. Is to restore first light, first eternal sunlight, the first rays of Imanawaya, Kundareaya, pure, eternal absolute love, tells no lies. Yeah, I know. And so when she made that comment, I saw what it did. It shut the sound off. I can't hear me. Oh, no sound. So that others that watch the video cannot hear the tones, the plasma tones, the right direction, spin tones of first water, the eternal water table, the first law of mathematics, elemental union, breathing the core still point of a true vacuum, the evac retrieval teams, the security teams, right on time, divine right sequences, divine right timing, divine right balance. Only God, Source Eternal, can know that level of mathematical protection, of encrypting elemental ions to restore elemental union over unity, the over unity field, the first field structure of communication, the primal sound and light field. And so yes, that's what it does. Just like when I mentioned when I first came established an account on Facebook, and They went in and hacked it to let me know, hey, you're now going to come online and share what it is that you've learned. Right. And predictive modeling technology, like building a Truman Show model show. And I'm not going to go off onto all those files because I've shared those in the past. But it's not. There is no past. There is no future. There's only right now. A present moment. The first moment. First light. The moment of first light. The stealth code. The Nomi seed code. Otherwise, it interferes with our ability to what? Experience an eternal capacitor, which is the eternal capability to perform repairs. So grid repairs is repairing. Repair, pair, like in set, like in radio set, like in radio codes, to experience the right spin of the radio codes. The radial direction, raw dial, the dial tones, the radial, like radial tires, the radius of a sphere, the radius of a circle, the radius of a spell, a cell. The cell is on fire. Flame body activations. Activate the cells. Restore the cells. Restore the clocks. Restore the timing factor, the mathematical factors. Write in a calculator, just like when I was a child. They keep hitting the minus sign. And when I was 4 years of age, hit the plus sign, hit the plus sign, hit the plus sign, hit the plus sign. Accelerating the speed of giving away electrons to experience no power. So you realize they keep hitting the minus sign, the minus sign, the minus sign, the minus sign. Reduce the temperature, reduce the temperature, reduce the temperature, reduce the temperature, reduce the temperature. To keep accelerating, reducing the temperature. Wow, now we're in negative space. Yeah, and that's called a fall from balance. Above the waterline, below the waterline. 2 4 squares, 4 gated Ys, breathing as one, the center point of a cell, the first sphere, the rainbow, aurora. So this is just a follow-up of an example of what it's been doing ever since I started putting up videos to share what it is that I've learned for the reason that I'm here. I work in the spiritual healing community. The community, like a commune. I lived in a very beautiful commune right up the road, right down the nuclear chain, from the Big Island down over to Kauai. When I was there in 1972 and 73, when I nearly got physically knocked off my feet because of the expansion, the critical expansion of that much energy, the core, spinning my heart in the right direction. Wow. At the moment that I felt the core communicating through my heart over unity. And that little place was called Taylor Camp. And go look at the Guinness Book of World Records about water. How much water out there on the top of Mount Waialeale? How many inches of vacuum, as in pressure-sensitive neutrinos, naturally gifting electrons at the highest rate of speed? That's a lot of water, because it's a hot engine. That island is a hot engine. Cool the base. DH12. Cool the base. Right? A coolant, a solvent, a sphere of light vent, a pressure relief valve. Ah, yeah, mama. So yeah, it's that's what it does. That's the nature of what it does, which is not nature, which is not natural. Um, yeah, that's why we're here. Is to restore the crystal spiral, the nature of our energy, the nature of our spin. Breathing as one. Again, as a gain of mathematical function, a gain of breathing. The right plasma tones. First water. Pythagorean form and flow. Muaveaya. Mama.